and welcome back to another episode of Chicks in Construction. I'm your host, Mikki Paradise, and this is my co-host,
Jessica Abreu.
We were just discussing, we were actually doing small talk, which we never do. And I was like, wait, we should be recording this. So your daughter wants to go to a cat cafe?
Yes. So my youngest daughter is obsessed with animals. She loves animals.
I love that.
I'm
also, there's a menagerie of animals that live in this house.
So many. She would be in heaven here. She loves them, but we will not have pets because we're never home. And not just because we like to travel, but even on the weekends, we have sports. Or we go do things. And no one's home during the day. So who's going to
do all the things for the dogs?
Yes.
I have probably spent a year's salary on pet sitters. Like, because we have an in-home pet sitter that comes.
Oh, yeah, because...
And listen, that's all. Just take it all. Take all my money. Like, they're just like, okay, I'm going to come, stay in your house, eat your food, use your internet, watch your dogs, and you're going to pay me an obscene amount of money. And I'm like, all right.
This tracks. So my daughter will probably want to do that as a job.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's a lucrative industry. If you're watching and you're not sure what you want to do with your life, be an in-home pet sitter. Money to be made, my friends.
And so for her birthday was just passed, and she has been telling me that she wants to go to this cat cafe.
So there's one here?
There's multiple.
Stop it.
Yes. So there's one in our town.
Very European. I didn't realize that was a thing here.
So you go and you can get your like coffee or boba tea and stuff.
Oh my God.
And then you can go into this back room that is filled with cats.
Just cats.
They can be adopted too. Like you could.
That's actually really smart.
So
like they're adoptable cats.
Yeah.
That's cute.
But you have to reserve a time.
Okay.
And they sell out. And you have to pay to go pet the cats. So
what are we doing with our lives when we can be doing that?
So yes. So and if you have a child younger than, I think it was like 13 or 14, a parent has to go with them. So she is 7.
Yeah. So you're paying double price to go pet cats.
Yeah. So I have to pay $20 for us to go pet cats for 45 minutes. Happy birthday.
That is such a brilliant racket. Like, I'm just like, why did I not think of this?
On the weekends, it's more.
Stop it.
So on the weekdays, it's $10 a person to go pet some cats for 45 minutes. On the weekends, it's $12. Not much more.
Oh, man.
But you look on the website and they're just sold out. And then you have to wear socks to go into the cat room. I'm not entirely sure why. But whatever.
Okay.
I don't like feet, so I'm all...
You're like, that's great. Cover them bad boys up.
But if you forget your socks, they're like, we have socks for sale.
Socks.
With cats all over them.
And they're $18.
Yeah. So no, they're only $5.
Okay.
But
well, that's reasonable.
But they just have all these little cat faces on them.
Oh my God. I'm just like, listen, I work way too hard. Going to a cat cafe seems like that's easy money.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably, I guess dogs would bite more.
I don't know. I mean, if they don't want to buy dogs. So we've been doing this for how long? And today was the first day that my 225-pound English Mastiff didn't bark at just being here the whole time. Like, she was actually able to stand in my room while I was getting ready, and Prime was laying there making direct eye contact with her.
Yeah, I was
waiting
like
for her to make a move. Yeah, she was about 2 feet from her. This has never happened. Never. And he just sat there, and I was like, oh my God, are we having a moment? Like, has he finally decided it's okay for her to be here?
No.
Because
after that, I went downstairs, and he laid at the top of the stairs, and as I tried to make my way back up, he was like, no. He like barked, and then I was like, no, I have to come up.
You're like, sorry, that's where my thing is. And he slowly backed away. He's like, fine. Oh, why do you keep coming here?
And then he barked at me until I went back down.
He did. So we thought we had made progress. Turns out it was a lie. We were deceived. And he does this to a lot of people. I don't know. He's alluring in the fact that he's 225 pounds. He's a big dog. Like, it's
big. He's scary.
Yeah. But most people are just like want to get up in there and he won't let anybody touch him other than me and my husband. Like our neighbor across the street, they've lived there for 2 years. And this guy, all he wants to do in his life is be friends with Prime. And Prime will have none of it. And like the other day, we're outside and Prime was barking rabidly at him, but he was at least letting him get close. So like he was barking 2 feet from his face instead of his normal 5 feet. And over the sound of like eardrum breaking barking, Rob goes, "Look how close we are." He's like, "We're making progress." I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" Like, but that's how much he wants just Prime to love him. Like, he's like, "It's going to happen one day." And I was like, we just need to medicate him. I don't know.
He just has anxiety. He does not like people being anywhere.
No, and it's wild because he was trained. He has the highest level ranking as a certified therapy dog. So he is the only, I know, it's hilarious. So Prime is the only Mastiff I've rescued. I don't even know how many Mastiffs at this point. He's the only Mastiff I got from a puppy. Mastiffs don't live that long. And so I was getting these like Mastiffs that had been pretty badly abused and I would only have them for a couple of years. And finally it was like, I just want one that I've had from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, this is going to be great. I get him as a puppy. He's like the sweetest, happiest dog. He essentially has his master's degree because we had to go to puppy training class. We had to go to agility training class. We had to get his canine good citizens. And then we could take the therapy dog training. He passes freaking flying colors. Like, he's amazing. We go to our first therapy dog event and he was like, "Oh, hell no." Like, he was like, like, it was that NC State.
I'm going to need a therapy dog for my therapy.
Seriously, we went. And he was laid there and let like people come to him. That was the last time. And he was just like 0%. We're not, I decided, I thought about it and it's a no. It's a no for me. So, I also did not turn on the dog anti-bark device. So because they hate it and I don't want to be a mean mom. So if you hear them bark, roll with it, people. I have dogs. Sorry about that. But today we have a homeowner horror story, which we are so grateful that you all are writing in and sharing your stories. Please keep it up. It really helps. Like, I love bringing in people, specialists to share information and experts to share information. I think there's a lot of value there. We finally got a public adjuster, so that episode is coming soon. It might actually come before this. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm very excited about that. But the homeowner horror stories, I think, are really where, for the homeowners, the most value is because you're kind of learning from other people's mistakes. And so you hear these stories. And so if you are ever in a situation and some of this stuff comes up, you're like, wait a second, I watched an episode about this. So there is so much value in sending in and sharing your stories with us. So please, chicksandconstruction.com. There's just a form. You don't even have to send us an email. There's a form and it will send it to us. And no matter if you click anonymous or not, Jess is not going to say your name. So you're good. We will make up a name for every single one. You will just know it's your story because you'll know as we read it that this is your story.
This is your story. So this one is fun because it comes from my home state of Rhode Island.
Oh my gosh.
So, little Rhodey.
Rhodey.
I will not do this in my Rhode Island accent.
Ooh, that would be spicy.
Because it'd be Warwick.
Warwick,
Rhode Island. All right. And so I lived in my house in Warwick, Rhode Island for about 12 years now. It's a 1960s split level. Nothing fancy.
Same.
Nothing fancy.
Do what we can.
My wife and I have slowly been updating things room by room. We redid the kitchen a few years back, refinished the hardwood floors, painted the whole interior. The last big thing on our list was the upstairs bathroom. It's the only full bathroom in the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Mm-hmm. So up north, we have little houses.
Yeah.
And they
just the one bathroom.
One full bathroom. Yeah, that's what we had when I was growing up. 3 sisters.
Oh God, I can't even imagine that. We have so many bathrooms in this. We have so many bathrooms in this house. My husband has his own full bathroom, and I have my own full bathroom, and never the two shall meet. I have a whole soaking. I don't even have a shower in mine. I just have a bathtub because I just take baths. I was French in a past life, I believe. So I have my own whole bathroom. So like my insane amount of skincare products can be housed there. And Hector's bathroom can just be normal, like a normal bathroom where all of my hoarding can exist in mine. So one full bathroom is traumatizing in and of itself.
So, and it was straight Ada. As we put Ada.
He did right, Ada.
Ada. Listen, you can take the Rhode Island out, the girl out of Rhode Island. You can take Rhode Island out of the girl.
Ada.
It's straight Ada 1972.
Nice.
Pink tile.
Oh, God, yes.
A stain tub, a vanity that leaned to one side like it gave up trying years ago. I can like this.
I can literally picture.
It was functional, barely, but we figured, you know what? Let's get it done. Rip it all out. New tile, new walk-in shower, new double vanity. Make it modern and clean.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
We had about $24,000 set aside specifically for this project.
Which is a good budget for it, because I'm imagining how small this bathroom must be. And I'm like, that's 24 grand for a small bath is a decent budge.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not going for Carrera marble everywhere, like you're all right.
I mean, in the 1960s house, I don't think
we're going for that.
We're not going for that. Not a huge budget, but we weren't doing too much, just upgrading materials, really.
Yeah.
We called around, got a few quotes, and settled on a local contractor who said he specialized in bathrooms. Had a decent-looking website, showed us some before and after pics, and said he could get it done in 4 to 5 weeks max.
Okay.
So, I mean, how long does a bathroom... I know it's not typical. There's not typical.
So you're basic, like, taking out the tub, putting a walk-in shower... So you're not moving anything. We're just fixing things up. 4 to 5 weeks is a fair time frame.
Okay.
Like unless something goes horribly awry and you open up the walls and there's like termite damage or like random like old plumbing in the walls. Like unless something crazy happens, like 4 to 5 weeks is, you know, a couple days to demo. You got your guys come in, start putting things back. Like it's 4 to 5 weeks is solid.
Okay. Good.
It even to me like should have has a little buffer room in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good.
Yeah.
So far.
So far, homeowner, you're killing it.
It started off fine. They showed up on time for demo, knocked out the old tile and the tub, and gutted the whole thing down to the studs. At first, I was actually excited to have the bathroom reno underway, but then the red flag started.
Uh-oh.
They didn't cover anything properly during demo. Dust went everywhere. Our bedroom shares a wall with the bathroom, and the nightstands, bed, and even inside the drawers were covered with drywall dust. I spent an entire weekend cleaning up what they should have handled. When it happened, at first, it was annoying, but now having gone through the entire renovation, I see that this was the first red flag. So let's talk about the drywall dust because
yeah. Literally. Okay. So I don't do residential. We've discussed this on literally every podcast, but I will get calls from my friends because they're like, I know Mikki. I trust Mikki. I trust the people Mikki will send into my house, which is fair. But I had a friend who genuinely has OCD. Like you could eat off of her floor.
That's how clean it is.
You'd be fine. Like toothbrush level. It's the cleanest house I've ever seen in my life. Like I go over there and I just feel like shame for like the condition of my house. I'm just like, you can never come here. You would have a panic attack and immediately die. So she reaches out to me and she's like, listen, you know, we're renovating our bathroom and you're the only drywaller that I want to use because I know that you know like how I am about cleaning. And I was like, listen, first of all, thank you. But actually, no. Because the thing about drywall dust is it just doesn't matter. Like you could seal the bathroom in a bubble and drywall dust would still get outside of that bubble because I refer to drywall dust as magical fairy dust. It gets everywhere and you could clean it up 500 times. You could clean that drywall dust up 500 times and there's still going to be drywall dust. Like It gets into the cracks of your hardwood floors. It gets everywhere. And it just waits. Like you clean it up and then it's like, oh, look, oh, look, oh, look.
And it's just
A little bit
so,
more. It's
so
so fine. And it's one of those things where it's like, I understand the inconvenience of, coming home and your bathroom being demoed and there being just dust everywhere. I get that. And maybe the contractor didn't do a great job of explaining, like, listen, my guy,
it's going to be dust.
It's going to be everywhere. It doesn't matter what we do. It's like we could do everything and it's still going to be everywhere. Now, maybe they could have mitigated. Like there's products called a zip wall system that basically is like plastic sheeting, like very thick plastic sheeting that's installed and it blocks everything off. And it even has like a door. So like you don't have to like, you can just step through it.
The door. As soon as you open that drywall, that's going to be
it's like waiting. It's like waiting to get out. It's like when your dog is one of those like just shoots out the door. That's what drywall dust is. Like it's just like, oh, you're opening it. I'm out.
And then it's on
your body. It's just like, so I'm not saying that
it's not
a red flag, but I don't think maybe. Like you're right for being irritated, but I don't know if this is the first red flag. However, we've just got started. Yes. So I did just want to clarify when I read that, I was like,
just if you're doing a renovation,
it's gonna get just everywhere. we have to make, what did they say? What is like the phrase?
Oh.
Or there's like we need to normalize like the fact that like when you're doing a renovation, dust is gonna get everywhere. Dirt it's gonna be a lot of cleaning. And if you're working with a good GC, maybe they have a cleaning crew that's going to come through, but that's not always in the budget. So normalize when you're doing a renovation, just expect it to be messy.
A little dusty.
Yes.
A little bit. Then came the delays.
Yeah.
They'd work for 2 days, then disappear for 3. I call and get we had an issue on another job, or we're waiting on the tile order. But here's the kicker. I ordered the tile myself and had been delivered to the house. It was sitting in the garage. They just weren't showing up. It was frustrating that they were blatantly lying or completely forgot.
Yeah.
So that's annoying. Then came the plumbing issue. This is an issue. They cut the pipe for the old tub incorrectly and didn't cap it properly, which we didn't realize until water started leaking into the downstairs ceiling. I was sitting in the living room and suddenly saw a big wet circle forming above the TV. Our neighbors recommended a water remediation company to come fix it, and they pointed out that the pipe was cut incorrectly. The repair cost me $1,100, and the contractor said it wasn't his fault, claimed old pipes and unexpected conditions. Give me a break. You cut it, you fix it. But it wasn't worth fighting with him when they still had more work to do, and I didn't want more issues just because he was mad at me. Thoughts?
Okay. This seems to be a theme in every single homeowner horror story we have. Every single homeowner horror story. Somebody's like, they did something wrong. I brought it to their attention. They didn't take any responsibility for it, and I let it go. Okay. Think about, I don't have kids. I just have dogs. She has kids. I have dogs. But same with both. You let your kid or your dog get away with bad behavior, and all of a sudden they're like, oh.
Wait, keep doing it.
Oh. I can get away with that.
And they
didn't say anything. It was like the Jurassic Park, the raptors testing the fence to find like the weak spots. That's what that contractor's doing. Like if you, as the homeowner, and listen, I'm not throwing shade, man. Like I can only imagine the feeling of being like, I don't want to push back too hard because I don't want them to just stop coming. Mm-hmm. You have one full bathroom in your house. It's been completely gutted. And again, this is that imbalance of power that kind of happens with a GC and a homeowner. And then when you end up on the wrong side of that, you're like, oh God, I'm stuck. I have to deal with this bad behavior because, I don't know what it would take to go out and get this fixed. So I get it. But this is where I think all the homeowners from all the stories we've shared, their kind of first oopsie whoopsie is not saying, okay, well, regardless, I have an expert that came in to fix it and it cost me $1,100 and that's coming out of your money. Like, not my budget, your profit. So just expect that when it comes time for me to pay you, it will be less $1,100. And I don't want to say this because I don't think it's super ethical, but if you're feeling like you don't trust this person enough to show up, maybe don't tell them. Just at the end, oh, I deducted the cost to fix the pipe from. So when you're writing the check.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like if you tell them that, if they're
then they're gonna
upcharge you on
they're gonna upcharge you on
to
stuff.
make their money back.
And like I said, it's not like he didn't tell him about it. He told him about it, and the GC should have taken responsibility and been like, oh my gosh, you're right. We did cut that pipe wrong, and I'm so sorry you had to incur that expense. And we'll take care of that. That's how the GC should have handled it. Obviously, they didn't. So at the end of the day, when you're writing that check, you're just going to reduce it by $100 or $1,000, $1,100 and call it a day. And that's where I think I almost wanted to reach out to this homeowner and be like, so had you given them all the money up front? Like, because I was just confused by that because I'm like, just charge him.
They don't say about deposits.
Yeah, so
or
they didn't go into that. And I was curious because I'm like, I would just take that out of the final pay, like minus what I paid for this. Yep. But I think it gets even worse.
Yes, it does. So they do that. Then they messed up the tile install. We picked this beautiful, large format, gray porcelain tile for the floor. The pattern was supposed to be staggered, clean lines. Instead, the guy they sent must have eyeballed it because it was crooked in spots and the grout lines were uneven. Some tiles were literally sticking up at the corners. I pointed it out, and the response I got was, that's just how that tile lays.
Oh my God, that's not a thing.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's what
it says. And it says in the email.
Like,
are
so
you
he
kidding?
knows that this is wrong. And once tile is put down and you see that it is lifted in areas and stuff, don't they have like a period of time that they can go and fix that before everything is completely set? Or is it like, well, now we're going to have to lift it all up?
It's so basically like a professional tile guy is going to come in, and if the subfloor is not level, a professional tile company will use a self-leveling, like a thin set concrete. So if there's any kind of issues where they're like, all right, well, there's something weird. Like sometimes you have to take up the old subfloor because if the corner of the plywood's poking up or when it's not solid.
I mean, it's a 1960s house.
I'm sure. Or you lay down on top of the old stuff like a new tile substrate, but there's absolutely no reason for your tile to be poking up in a corner on a gut job. This isn't a repair job. It was a gut job. So like that excuse is like absolutely ridiculous. And the thing is,
I see myself stubbing my toe all the time on one spot.
There should absolutely not ever be, that should not be a condition ever. But the thing is, like, basically when you set tile, you use mortar. You set the tile you use spacers. So the spacers make sure that those grout lines are going to be the same everywhere around.
No one's
I feel like maybe that didn't happen. Like if your grout lines aren't the same, then either they maybe use spacers, but they were different sized spacers. Like a lot of people they'll recycle the spacers.
Right.
But if they don't keep them separate, you could have a 1/8 gap or a 1/4 gap. And it's like, Lord have the mercy. So, but once it's set, that mortar is set.
Right. That's it.
You have to pull that piece of tile off. And then once the grout is in, it's a full gut job to get it redone. So it's literally having to pull it up, having to either grind down the mortar or take the subfloor off and then put a new subfloor down. So that's a costly oopsie.
So the homeowner ended up paying another $3,000 to have a different tile guy rip it up and redo it. I found him through a Google search as I had no trust in the contractor to recommend someone who was a quality tile person. He looked at the first install and told me flat out, this looks like a first-year apprentice did it with a hangover.
Oh my God.
So great.
What I don't get about this story is like, okay, so did you just fire the GC then? Because like if I'm having to call and get a tile guy, I don't need you anymore, GC. You know, like
my guess is he must have given him money.
he
must have given all the money because he's still working.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, if I have to hire and pay for a tile guy, like I'm done with you. Like you're not my GC anymore.
Nope. Bye.
Bye.
So the worst part, we were without a full bathroom for almost the entire 4 months. We set up a temporary shower in the basement with a curtain and a garden hose.
4 months?
Utility.
When they initially told them a month and a half, and they're 4. That's ridiculous.
My wife and I took turns using it at night, freezing, surrounded by laundry baskets and storage bins. It was terrible. My wife ended up signing up for a gym membership for a few months just to be able to shower.
Holy shit.
And the cost just kept climbing between the extra plumbing repair, redoing the tile, patching the downstairs ceiling, and ordering a second vanity when the first one showed up cracked and the contractor refused to help me get it replaced. Oh, they didn't even really get into that.
Oh, God.
So he ordered a vanity. The first one showed up.
Pay for 2. If it's damaged, it goes back.
So some of this is on the homeowner. Maybe not his fault that it happened.
Yeah.
But you need to know that you can send it back. You don't even need the GC to do that.
Yeah.
I ended up spending just over $36,000. That's $12,000 more than our original budget. The kicker? The contractor ghosted me before doing the final touches, never installed the shower glass, never came back to fix the vanity light that is still crooked to this day. I filed a complaint with the Rhode Island Contractors Registration Board, but even that takes forever and feels like a dead end. We finally have a working bathroom again, and yeah, it looks nice, but I can't walk into that room without remembering the stress, the mess, and the money.
Which that is another common thing that we hear. Like the lady with the kitchen, she was like, yeah, my kitchen's done now, but every time I walk in there, like I have PTSD. Okay. There's so many things about this story that I'm like, wait, what? Okay. I think homeowners have to understand that you have to stay in control of the money. A deposit is a deposit. And obviously I have some unique, I've talked to a few GCs about my escrow idea, and they're all, none of them love it. I still think it's the best. It's the safest for the homeowner is putting your deposit in an escrow account. But either way, whatever, like when we had Ashley from Wallaby Windows on, she talked about like they take a deposit because windows cost money to be made. And I understand that. But a deposit is a deposit. It is a small percentage of the job. And you pay when things are complete. So like this is how it works in all realms of construction, except for I feel like residential remodels. Like even in residential new construction, you pay, you buy the house when it's done, right? But it's done. And you don't pay until you've walked through the house and everything is as you expected. Like on multifamily, I get paid as I go. I don't get paid deposits for drywall. Like I don't get paid deposits for paint. I do the work, I bill for the work, I get paid for the work. It shouldn't be any different in a remodel. So you pay your little deposit, and then as they go, you write them a check for completion. And that check is, okay, the tile is in and I'm happy with it. If the tile, and this dude bought his own tile. So it's literally just the labor. So there's no reason there needed to be money exchanged hands.
No.
Until he accepted the tile. Now here's, so this guy then, I'm quite sure that tile had to be completely demoed. And that guy had to buy the tile again. So again, that's money at the end of the day. I'm deducting this from what I'm paying you. So I can't, like homeowners, you got to keep control of the money. We're not writing blank checks. And if a GC asks for that, don't walk, run. because that is not a solid contractor mindset. Like they should have enough money in the bank to be able to do the work, you accept it, then they get paid. Now, I've talked to some GCs, like they're like, listen, Mikki, I think you're a little hard on GCs. And I might be being a little hard on GCs, but also GCs are the ones that like have the majority of the power in these situations. And the way that a homeowner keeps that bet balanced is controlling the money. So no, you should not be paying for tile that you don't accept. And if you've paid all of your money up front, you're essentially just screwing yourself. Like maybe this GC is going to turn out to be authentic and it has integrity, is going to do the right thing when there's a problem. But that is just a dice that you don't want to roll.
Nope.
So whatever, they need a 10% deposit or whatever percent deposit. They don't want to do the escrow idea. Like, especially if somebody doesn't want to do the escrow idea, then I would make the deposit even less. Again, unless they need to buy cabinets, which offer to pay for them yourselves. So if they need to buy cabinets, be like, all right, send me the number for the lady and I'll call her and give her my credit card number. The thing that we need to be doing as the homeowners when we're dealing with trades, when we're dealing with general contractors, is to hold on to as much money as you can. And you pay for completed work when it is acceptable. So this dude ended up paying for the tile to the general contractor, then paying for the tile again. That would not happen if he had not paid up front. So we're not paying for work that we're not happy with. Now, keep in mind, right, that if you refuse to pay a general contractor for work, they might not come back. But honestly, after all the stories that we've received,
you don't want them to come
that's
back.
probably the best thing that could happen to you. So like him being ghosted at the end, that's shitty because that was all just really small stuff that, again, if he hadn't been paid in full, he would have come back to do. But if you're not happy with the tile work and the general contractor is like, well, that's as good as it's getting, you're not paying for that tile work. And if the general contractor says, okay, well, I'm not coming back because you're not paying me for the tile work, okay, bye. And if you have deposit money still tied up in that, it's called small claims court, my guy. Like, go after your deposit
because you have
and hire somebody else. Like that, like they're doing you a favor by not coming back. Because one of the things that, go ahead.
Well, I have a question. So let's say that we give them a deposit.
Yeah.
And then we pay for jobs completed. So how much of that deposit should we take into consideration going through like the pay schedule?
I think go through the deposit. You don't pay until you've gone through the deposit.
Okay.
So like that's the safest way, right? Okay. Because then it's like, okay, so I paid, especially like the first Homeowner horror story where they paid a $25,000 deposit. Okay, so like everything that happens, okay, so that costs this much, that's part of the deposit, that's okay, so I'm not paying you actual money until you've gone through $25,000 worth of work.
Okay.
So that's how I think that should happen. Would a general contractor agree with that? I'm not sure. Because the thing that I have gotten, the feedback that I've gotten from GCs is like, they're like, listen, Mikki, you're assuming with all these homeowner horror stories that it was always the general contractor that was the problem. You're not taking into account that some homeowners themselves are horror stories. And I was like,
but we are not getting any of those.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's telling on themselves. I'm like, if a GC wants to write in and give us a homeowner horror story, we will read it. Sure. Like 100%.
And we'll tell all the homeowners, don't be like
this. Carol? Every time anybody who's bad, that Carol with an E. Because I've met so many lovely Karens that I'm just like, I've never met a rude Karen, but I've met a very rude Carol with an E. So Carol specific. With an E. Yep. So to be fair, we are getting homeowner horror stories that are coming from the homeowner's perspective. I am fully open to general contractors sending in their homeowner horror stories of like very unreasonable homeowners. And I know that it's a thing. However, like I have seen with my own very eyes more shady general contractors than just homeowners being really shitty. I do think that, like, even with the first homeowner horror story we had, those were friends of mine. So when we were talking about it, the husband was kind of telling me, and I was like, "You said that?"
Did you say it in
like
that way?
Like, because I'd have been like that. So I understand that there's like definitely two sides to every story. However, I think the best way to protect yourself is to hold on to that money, not pay that you put down a $15,000 deposit. Or in this case, it should have been like $3,000 because it was a $24,000 bathroom renovation.
Like he was paying for the material.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I don't like the whole vanity situation. I will give him this, to be fair to him or her. I think it was a dude. To our anonymous homeowner. When I redid my bathroom, the vanity came in and the marble was cracked. So I called Lowe's and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll just send you a new top." So then Lowe's reaches back out and they're like, "Actually, we're not going to send you a new top." And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "No, you have to call the vanity company." And I was like, "Okay." So I called the vanity company and the vanity company is like, "Oh yeah, but it's shipped from Lowe's. So Lowe's has to." So I called Lowe's back.
Full circle.
Yeah. I called Lowe's back and they're like, "No." And I was like, "Listen." So at the end of the day, for my mental sanity, it was not worth it. I can just go get a remnant, which is it's an off cut from like a bigger job. They save them and just have it replaced for like $100, then go through the drama of like fighting with company. But it wasn't the whole vanity. It was just the top. So like, I don't know. Sometimes they can give you the runaround and it can be stupid. And it just depends on like how much energy you have to put into it or time that you have to put into it. And honestly, I was at the end of my rope. So I was willing to pay the $100 to just get the remnant and just put it in and be done with it. But yeah, so on that one, but still the general contractor, that is not your problem. And so that's the whole thing of like, when you're hiring somebody, that is their problem. That is their job. You're paying them money, you're paying them a percentage. They're supposed to let you know, hey, something happened with the vanity. We're gonna have to order another one. We're gonna send this back, but don't worry, it will be in. It might cause a little bit of a delay, but not a 4-month delay. Yeah. So there's so much about this that I really think the key is controlling the money. Like, I just can't say that enough. Like, they get to a percentage of completion. You accept that they're to that percentage of completion. You write them a check for that work. And so, and upon the final check, if there were any issues, if again, you had to pay $3,000 for a new tile company. Okay, so that's coming out of what's owed you at the end.
Right.
You had to pay $1,100 for the plumbing pipe. Okay, so that's coming out of what's owed you in the end. And then you write the final check. And if they want to fight with you at that point, they can fight with you at that point. But the point is, there is enough skin in the game for them to keep coming back because they don't have all your money. And if they want some of it, then they have to keep showing up. And so that's the whole point. I think that we see this over and over and over again, just because homeowners don't know, right? Like, you're like, oh, this must be industry standard. It may be, but we need to change the industry standard, because the industry standard is kind of shitty. It's geared more towards the general contractor than it is the homeowner. So, homeowner from Rhode Island, sorry that you went through that. It is so shitty. I cannot even imagine showering in the basement of a house in Rhode Island. I'm sure it was in the wintertime. I would rather be waterboarded, to be perfectly honest. Like, I would just be like, sorry guys, I'm gonna stink, because no. I mean, that's why the wife's got a gym membership in the shower, because I would like 100% do the same thing. Yeah, God. I'm not doing it. Ugh. So
what we've learned in this episode is one, small deposits.
Yeah.
And
We
pay
learn this in
as
every episode.
things are completed, and don't pay them for work that you had to go and fix.
Yeah. If it's not done right, don't pay for it.
Don't pay for it.
And at the end of the day, any expenses that you had at their mistake. So it's not because you changed your mind or you're just being difficult and don't like the fact that the tile route lines are spaced differently when you clearly didn't ask for that. That's not the issue here. It's just a terrible job. And as the guy that came to fix it said, an apprentice who with a hangover installed the tile. I mean, he's getting people coming, like experts coming in saying, oh yeah, no, this is definitely on the GCs. You have every right to, at the end of the day, be like, I'm deducting this. But if you paid everything, you don't have anything to deduct from. So it's kind of like a womp womp.
Hold on to your money.
Hold on to your money. Hashtag hold on to your money.
We're going to have to start calling the podcast Hold On to Your Money.
It's going to go from Chicks in Construction to hold on to that cash. Seriously, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Again, thank you guys for sharing your homeowner horror stories. Please go to chicksandconstruction.com and share some more. And no matter what it is, if you're a general contractor, I challenge you to go to chicksandconstruction.com and share your own version of homeowner horror stories, because we do want to be fair and balanced.
We don't want to just say poo-poo on GCs.
Yeah, we don't want to just poo-poo on GCs, because I do think it would be really beneficial for homeowners to have a general contractor's perspective. So GCs, bring it. Like, we're here for it. We'll share your stories. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Oh yes, like and subscribe to all the things, and especially like the YouTube page. Like, we have like 34 subscribers, and I'm like, how's that possible? I mean, we're vibing here. So please subscribe.
Yeah,
down below.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.